Good morning, everyone. It's Haley. Welcome to Mom Life Vermont, and welcome to another adventure. It's actually going to be a whole sit-down video. I'm not going to move from this spot. So grab your cup of coffee, tea, mimosa, whatever you drink on Sunday mornings. I am here to fill you in on the last week of my weight loss journey. I did not really film much of it at all. I've definitely been struggling. I've 100% been struggling. Oh, I guess if this is your first video here, I've been on a weight loss journey now for November, December, January, 5 months, 5 or 6 months, coming in 6 months. It's been a while. I think in one of the last videos I had kind of reverted from a vlog week in the day, a vlog style showing you every day of the journey, to feeling as though that was causing me to fail or feel like I was a failure on this journey. So I had shifted at least one video to kind of showing you just talking about the end of the week at the end of the week and seeing how it would go. That's kind of what I've done here. I've definitely filmed quite a few things. We're in the midst of a pandemic and there is a series going on right now on my channel, so go check out those videos if you're interested. By the time you're seeing this, it'll hopefully be history and not something we're still living. If you have seen any of the other videos, you'll know, or maybe this is just my feeling, but I feel like I was doing very, very, very well. I have 2 wellness coaches that I've been seeing, and I was seeing them regularly. I was going to the gym regularly. I was losing weight. I was building new habits. All of that stuff was happening. And then the pandemic hit, and I haven't been able to see my wellness coaches now for 6 weeks. I have emails from both of them, and I need to respond to those emails because I definitely feel like I need their support. I just feel like if I let out to them everything that's been going on, the binge eating, the lack of motivation with exercise, they would be able to hopefully probably give me some support. And the goal here is by the end of this month to really be back to seeing them in person on a regular basis. I don't know if that will actually happen. Everything right now is still very much up in the air, but I'm going to email them this week. That's one of the I'm going to email them today. That's one of the things on my list of things to do today, is I will email my wellness coaches to see if they can provide me some of the support I need to, 1, get back to being motivated, and 2, stop binge eating. Now, the last time, I believe the last weight loss video I actually did was me getting my new scale, which I am so happy I got because I feel like seeing the number on the scale that day really kind of helped me see, like, all right, you're reverting back to 100% your old habits, and if I want to continue on this journey and I want to continue to be successful, I need to have conversations with myself before I eat an entire ice cream cake. It was still delicious. I feel like I was just mindlessly eating, and I started to talk to myself a little bit more about the food I was putting in my mouth, and I do feel like I was a little bit more successful at the beginning of this week than I have been. I actually made Cowboy Caviar this week. I actually just made it yesterday, which I've done a video on. It's one of my favorite dishes, and I honestly can say that I don't think I've made it maybe once this whole quarantine, which we're now in week 6 or 7, something like that. And I was making it every week on this journey. I also want to make Greek salad, but I don't have all the ingredients for Greek salad, so I need to pick up a couple more of those. I feel like I had kind of gotten back on track to hopefully eat a little bit less, and like yesterday I made dinner, which is something that I realized, I remember my last appointment with my wellness coach, Lindsay, who's also my nutritionist. I remember being like, oh, it was a really good week. I made dinner twice this week, and I was really, and that, Cans, can you go see Daddy? Like this week I was trying to get back on track with making dinner. And it's just interesting because during this time of quarantine, I've been really good about making sure that we've had food in the house, and I've had the ability to make really good healthy food, and then I don't. And some of it has actually gone bad. It was really sad. Some of my salads and things have gone bad just because I have not been on track with eating the healthy things that I've been buying. This week, I tried really hard to get back on track. I had Brussels sprouts in my fridge for probably close to a month. They probably could have been thrown out, but I still cut them up. I ate them and they were so good, but it just made me think, like, I love Brussels sprouts, and I almost let 2 pounds of Brussels sprouts go bad in my fridge because I have been more willing to pick the easy things and then just eat a lot of bad things that are easy instead of just like taking a little bit of extra time and cooking a meal. And while I'm cooking, I'm not snacking. It like gives me something to do. So I just feel like this past week, I kind of got back on track with at least cooking one dinner, and I feel like I want to carry that into this new week and take meat out. Even right now, I'm like, what am I going to take out for dinner? What am I going to take out for dinner maybe tomorrow? If the meat's thawed, I'll probably be more likely to make it. So that's one thing I did. I was thinking about all the good happy habits, they weren't necessarily happy habits, but all the habits I was building with my wellness coaches, especially Lindsay, who's my nutritionist, and I just used those this week to slowly put healthy things back into my life. I did just still binge eat, but I feel like I'm trying not to get mad at myself for it. I'm just trying to move on from it and go on to the next day or go on to the next thing instead of like dwelling on the fact that I ate an entire ice cream cake and just think about how good it was. It was delicious. Exercise, I think, has been going fairly well. I definitely started off the week really good. We came off last weekend going on a couple of walks. That turned into me doing 2 21-day fix workouts one day. Like I was supposed to double them up this week. I'm on week 3 of the 21-day fix, if you're wondering, but I've been doing it for a month now. I've just not been motivated or consistent with workouts, but I have been doing them, and I have been working out about every other day, but also walking at least every day. So I feel like that habit building, the exercise habit building of this whole journey has always been the easier side of it, and that continues now. Like, I have been slowly putting exercise into my life without realizing it, and then feeling like, oh, I'm not doing enough, but then I'm like, wait, I went for a 2-mile walk yesterday. Or even if I didn't throw on a workout from YouTube or the Beach Body on Demand or the Team Body Project, then I'm still getting in more than I was doing pre-weight loss journey, and it just shows that that was a habit that I was 100% building and have kind of built prior to the pandemic, and have successfully, although I didn't do it for a couple of weeks, continued on that. So I just need to keep that up. We're gonna go on a nice little hike today, so that's good. And then I think I just need to make sure that I don't half-ass them. I feel like I was walking up the hill in the backyard, which I've done a couple of adventures with you guys, and I was like, oh, this is so hard. But then I was like, wait, if I, instead of, let's say, trying to do 100 of them, if I try and do 20 of them, but do 20 of them fast, that's gonna get my like heart rate up and give me a little bit more cardio. So I'm just thinking about like those little things. Like Ken's and I can definitely go on a 2-mile hike together, but then I also need to like do a little sprinting on my own. I'm also thinking about the fact that it's the first week of May, and I would have had my first 5K this week if life didn't go crazy, and I do not feel ready to do a 5. Like I still cannot. I'm at like a 15-minute mile, but not consistently. Like I ran a 15-minute mile, and then the next time I tried to run a mile, I only ran half that mile. So I'm definitely not at the running capacity that I want to be at, but I also feel like I'm being very mindful that I don't have my good running shoes yet. My knees are still bothering me. I'm getting back into it. I guess at the end of this, I just need to run a 5K. Like that's a goal maybe of this week, is to actually do a 5K. Maybe it's not running, but maybe just like going. Because I feel like I'm at this, like, sometimes when I'm doing the running, I'm like, oh, I made a mile, I need to stop, I can't run past a mile. Or if I just kind of like kept going on the walking journey the whole 5K, I'd see that it's not that far, and then I'd have a sense of how far it actually is. So I know I started off this video saying I was very happy that I have the scale, And I'm also not happy about the fact that I have the scale. So I weighed in for the first time on a Friday, and then I weighed in again this Friday. And I tried really, really hard to stay off the scale because I feel like I could become obsessed with it and it could make me upset if I gaining weight and losing weight, and our floors aren't very even, and I feel like I just much prefer doing it at a doctor's office where I know it's a scale that is in one spot built into the floor. That type of, anyway, I weighed in on a Friday, and then I weighed in the second Friday, and I lost a pound. Yay me. And now all of a sudden I can't stay off the scale, and last night I gained 5 pounds, and then yesterday I gained 2 pounds, and so I'm just trying really hard to stay off the scale because I need to remember, and you guys need to remember as well, that this journey, if you're on a weight loss journey, is not about the weight. It's not about the number on the scale. It's really about how the way that you're feeling and your mind and those type of things. And I am often trying to remember that and to remind myself of that. And I definitely know in the last few weeks I have not been feeling the greatest at all, and I 100% know it's because of the bad eating habits and the somewhat lack of exercise that I have been experiencing lately, and a far less about the fact that I might have gained a pound or two or not gained a pound or two, because that number on the scale is slightly arbitrary, and it's just really, I need to remember that it's how I feel. And I know that I haven't been feeling the greatest, and I know that exercise and healthy diet and eating better is going to get me there, because it's really like, I don't want to feel like I got a bellyache every morning. Ooh. Now that brings me to another fact point. If you've been following along on the metformin journey, which is definitely different than the weight loss journey, but they've crossed over quite a bit with the pandemic and the 1000% change of my life, I stopped taking metformin around the same time that I stopped eating healthy and exercising, reverted back nearly to my old lifestyle for about 3 weeks. And then I got back on the exercise train, and I'm slowly getting back on the nutrition train, and I realize or feel like the metformin is a train that I also need to continue to be on, so I'm slowly working myself back up in those pills. And check out the whole journey on that, but it is definitely a process. Hopefully with all 3 of those things coming back together and working themselves out, that we'll get back on track here. I feel like that's what a lot of these videos have been lately. Let's get back on track. Let's get back on track. But it's a journey. It's an up and it's a down, and I feel like the beginning of last week was super, super good and pumped, and I didn't necessarily carry that into the end of the week, but here we are. It's a new day, it's a new fabulous week, and we're going to rock it, and I'm just going to feel really good about where I'm at this journey and the fact that it's still a journey, even though life has gotten completely bonkers lately. As always, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys are on a journey, let me know down in the comments how your journey is going, how you feel it went during the pandemic, since it's well beyond the pandemic, hopefully by the time you're seeing this. And just know that I'm here to support you, much like the way that you guys are supporting me. I don't know if that made any sense. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a like, let me know down in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.